Ladies and gentlemen, what if the James Webb Space Telescope, which was first originally propositioned and they started to design it in 1995, and it was supposed to launch in 2006, but now it's not going to launch till 2022. What if it's an alien spaceship and that's why they're not going to launch it? All right, yeah, so this Thor News fundraiser for July seems to have a real weird alien vibe to it. We are talking about the Oumuamua asteroid, which sounded like a spaceship, shaped like a spaceship. It was metal like a spaceship, and it had an orbit like a spaceship, and it changed its orbit like a spaceship. And they're saying science is letting you guys know there's nothing to worry about other than climate change and World War III and the collapse of the economy. You don't have to worry about aliens because they're nowhere near us. And they're definitely not this dang spaceship. Welcome to another exciting Thor News fundraiser. My life is kind of like a cross between The Running Man and 24 with Jack Bauer. And so every single month, at the beginning of the month, I pay all my bills, including rent, by doing a fundraiser. You can send a snail mail, which is so always safe, to T. Lewison at 5430 Birdwood Road, 416. Using Texas 77096, or you can make a donation to my PayPal. I love you. You guys are fantastic. Asteroid Fight Club forever. So let's get to it. I got like 60 hours left to raise. Last time I checked, $550. I haven't checked since the morning. Because the energy is weird, so I was having a hard time staying awake. I mean, I stayed awake for like 5 hours, but then I took a nap. Maybe I'm getting old. Oumuamua. Was it aliens? Spoiler, no. Okay, that's all you need to know. Asterisk. Imagine this. You are drinking your morning coffee. A small blob zooms at top speed through the kitchen, into the hall, and out an open window. You only catch a quick fuzzy glimpse before it's gone. Okay, first of all, it didn't just go straight out the window, dude. It took a right. It took a hard turn. It accelerated. And then made a left. So you already screwed up. No offense. What was that thing? I would say it would be a cat. Cats do weird shit, and you never know what they're going to do. So my first guess would be a cat. Second guess would be a magic cat. Third guess would be redacted. What was that thing? What's your first guess? A neighborhood cat? Whoa, that guy's a mind reader. A squirrel? Squirrel. Or maybe something more exotic like a raccoon or a fox. The dude's attracted to raccoons and foxes? That's illegal, bro. Or was it alien? An alien? Dude, how are you gonna have one alien fly that big ship? Are you implying that aliens are huge? Let me stop you right there. I don't know if you can, dude. That's tough when I'm on a roll. The answer is aliens. Okay, great. So maybe that was his subtle way of telling us, yeah, aliens are real. But remember, our government told us 60 people died in the Hurricane Maria, and then later it was like, hey guys, guess what? It was like 5,000. Do you really trust your government? Oh shit, that is a dangerous question to ask these days, since politician has turned into a religion. And of course people trust their religion, or they wouldn't be in it. A parallel story has been playing out in astronomy. You mean like horizontal? This article's so sexy. Something zoomed past the Earth in October 2017. Astronomers scrambled eggs to observe the object, but within about a week, it was too faint for almost all of our telescopes. How about that? Catch me outside. It was so small, we couldn't see its shape. That's what she said. Oh, that wouldn't hurt. The only thing we knew right away is that the object was moving so fast that it must have come from outside the solar system. It was named Oumuamua, which means the messenger. So they were sending us subtle signals that, yeah, this thing is a messenger. Although now they're saying, no way, it's not a messenger of any type. Some scientists proposed that Oumuamua was an asteroid kicked out of its home planetary system. Others, like me, thought it was more likely to be comet-like. Some suggested it could have been ejected from a dying star or be a remnant of a planet that was shredded to pieces by a cheese shredder cosmic. The two scientists from Harvard claimed it was an alien spacecraft, and the media of the world went bonkers. Okay, dude, I don't know if you're new to Earth, but the media goes bonkers 24/7. It is literally their job to go bonkers about whatever the hell it is. You know, whatever's going on, the media's got to find an angle to flip out about. Or the media runs around trying to find the worst human being ever that day so they can go bonkers about it. Like, can you believe humans are this bad? All right, you learn something new every day, dude, and I just taught you some shit. I took you to school. And you can contribute and donate if you appreciate it. I believe I left my address and the PayPal link. All right, now we're seeing a good example of the gas giants on the same side. See, there's Jupiter and there's Saturn, and so our whole solar system is probably tilted as all the gas giants on the same side of the sun. It's a theme that's running through my videos as well. Over the past year, I've had the great pleasure, who doesn't love to have great pleasure, by the way, to be part of a group of scientists thinking about Oumuamua, sponsored by the International Space Station Institute. What if the International Space Station is an alien spacecraft? Oh my God. You know, one day I was going to do a video on the Black Knight satellite, but I looked it up. There wasn't really any more information than a photograph. I've had a lot of people mention it to me, but the only thing you can ever get is like the Black Station, like the photograph of the Black Knight satellite. So what if the International Space Station is actually the Black... Okay, I thought this joke could have been funnier, but then I screwed it up. So yeah, I wanted to do videos on the Black Knight satellite, but there's not a lot to say because there's not a lot of info out there. Let's get back to our scientifically hard-hitting, in-the-face story. Our team includes the ability to double space, and it also includes the discoverers of Oumuamua, scientists who specialize in detecting and modeling. Ooh, he walks down the catway with the runway. And he takes off his shirt because he's too sexy for it. The evolution of asteroids, comets, and our outer solar system objects, and experts in how stars and planets form, like me. When I woke up from my nap, it seemed like everybody was in an extra bad mood, calling everything evil. So now I am fighting that with too much silliness. I hope you can handle it. Is that Sting? Or is that Sting's brother? You shouldn't stereotype people as looking like Sting. They might get mad. Our first team meeting took place shortly after those two astronomers cried, "Alien!" In astronomy land, this is like the boy calling wolf. Like I said, man, if aliens were here, your government would totally tell you about it. They would break into your program to be like, "Hey guys, aliens are here. Shit your pants now." But you know what? One of the theories is that scientists would be the ones who couldn't handle the idea that aliens were here, or that they'd been wrong all along. What? I miss our bell too. Our team's first order of business quickly became as best we could in unringing the alien bell. You can unring my bell. Unring my bell. Our first paper just published in Nature Astronomy, which is weird. You know, like if you want to be in science, you got to get published behind a paywall. And then you're officially Isaac Newton. Explains how natural processes can explain what we know about Oumuamua. To quote this Carl Sagan and precursors Laplace and Humet, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I mean, like dark matter? You know, all that extraordinary evidence you've given us about dark matter? You know what I'm saying? Dude, like, the claim that Oumuamua is an alien spacecraft isn't as extraordinary as it gets. But it is lacking in extraordinary evidence, like dark matter. Or, really, in any compelling evidence at all. You know, like dark matter. Oh, but I kid science. Science has such a great sense of humor. In this post, I will discuss how all of Oumuamua's characteristics can be explained without aliens. So can your face. There's still plenty of debate. We aren't sure whether it was a squirrel or a cat that ran through the house. But there's no reason to think that it was an alien cat or an alien snake or alien reptiles, Anunnaki, red dust, carbon dioxide. There are 5 pieces of evidence used to claim that Umamau is an alien spacecraft. And usually if I was editing this, I would put, okay, you guys better be prepared because I'm acting wacky in this one. Which for me is saying a lot. But I'm not editing, so I can't do that. None stands up to even the greatest scrutiny. Dark matter. So let's go through this one at a time. For all you dark matter lovers out there, man, I'm just, just pointing out the ironies that tend to permeate all the hypocrisy and everything. There are too few natural objects in the interstellar space. Umamau should never have been discovered. There you have it. We should have just never discovered it, so there's no way it's aliens. It must have been aimed at Earth deliberately. But hey, why would aliens want to swing by and check us out? Oh yeah, because Earth women are amazing. They're beautiful, they're soft, they're smooth. Sometimes they can say funny and interesting stuff. A happy wife is a happy life, so maybe aliens want to be happy too, so they're coming by to get more Earth wives. Who can blame them? This argument relies on knowing, by other means, that simply looking at how many natural objects are out there, easy for me to say. And that relies on knowing where they came from. Yo, buddy, technically, they never tell us where a comet comes from. They don't tell us where asteroids come from. They never give us the departure. When it seems like you could easily trace it back to whatever star it was around. What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber. Planetary systems are the most obvious source of interstellar objects. Planet formation is messy, kind of like sex, and leftover building blocks are commonly tossed out of their systems, kind of like the placenta. Whoa, this just got gross. We know quite a bit about planets around other stars, asterisk, and how planets form. Videos are there. You can click those effers if you want, but you got to go to the original article, which I'll probably link for you in the information box below. We can leverage this to estimate that every star probably throws out somewhere like Earth's mass and planetary leftovers out into interstellar space. So this is just like, yeah, the umbilical cord of some other solar system. Okay, now it's getting weird. How many objects depends on their size. Which we don't know. It could be a few big ones or a zillion small ones. It's kind of like when you ask the woman you're dating, how many people have you had sex with? Well, it was either a few really big ones or a zillion small ones. Oh, I'm in trouble. That's fine. I'm in trouble before. Let's imagine that in the old rule used to be that you take whatever number she gives you, or he, I guess, and divide it by half, or times it by half, or times it by 2. But the new rule is like, don't even ask, dude. Since Tinder, don't even ask. Let's imagine that interstellar objects have the same distribution of sizes as our asteroids. Okay, great. Oh, this is a fun game, playing pretend that the asteroids and interstellar objects have the same distribution as our asteroids. In that case, the big objects dominate, and it is indeed very unlikely that we would have detected Umamau. Man, is Mercury going retrograde in 6 days? Or is there like a lot of eclipse energy in the air? Oh, I gotta go buy a candle. Crap, I don't have money to buy a candle. Hey, yeah. So hopefully if you contribute to my PayPal today, I go buy a dang candle. They're only like $2. But if the size distribution of interstellar objects is tilted a bit more toward smaller sizes, then it is no surprise that we found Umamau. No surprise, no surprise, no surprise. So interstellar objects probably don't have the same size distribution as asteroids. I learn something new every day. We do not have as many interstellar objects distributed in our solar system. Now I'm just trying for the jokes. This is interesting. It may be telling us about the growth of the building blocks of exoplanets or the processes that shape these objects. But it's not evidence for aliens, dumbass. Jeez Louise, you people and your aliens. Although Valiant Thor is probably an alien, and where do we get the transistor, and the overall sense of the media has been like, we hate humans, like it came from somewhere other than Earth. So yeah, I still think aliens are involved, dude. Thor of Thor News says, I think aliens are involved. Oumuamua entered our solar system on a very unlikely orbit, which came closer to Earth than to any other planet. It must have been aimed towards Earth by intelligent aliens. Looking for chicks. Objects from interstellar space enter and leave the solar system all the time. Studies find that indeed Oumuamua is on an unusual orbit when compared with the typical trajectory of an object entering the solar system. Also, it changed lanes, man. Comets and asteroids don't change lanes. People do, though, sometimes, but they don't use their blinker a lot. You know, that's how you'll know we're an educated, intelligent society, when we figure out how to use our blinker. But which interstellar objects can we actually find? She said. I don't know. Let's go on an interstellar object treasure hunt. These objects are faint, and we can only detect those that come close to the Earth. Kind of like your face. It turns out that Oumuamua's orbit is completely average. That's what she said. Oh man, I'm going to fire myself after this video. When compared with detectable interstellar objects, the ones we could find are mostly on special orbits. The odds of running into a Japanese person in Paris are pretty low. That seems racist, man. Jeez Louise, why do you hate Japanese people? Japanese women are beautiful and quirky. They are in a small minority, but they are no longer a small minority if you are at the airport, by the gate for a flight to Tokyo, or if you want to get bubble tea. It all depends on the context. In the right context, Oumuamua is an alien spaceship. Wait. Let me start that. Oumuamua's orbit is nothing special. No need for aliens. But I guess we have a need for endless stories coming out from scientists about this very average interstellar object, which was the first one we ever found of its type, which makes it not average at all. Its shape is too strange not to have been shaped by aliens. And if you check my original videos on this, they basically said it shaped like Star Destroyer or a cigar. Insert your own Monica Lewinsky alien joke here. Oumuamua's shape is weird. In my mind, this is the most mysterious characteristic. The thing is, we don't know Oumuamua's actual shape. Try putting it in your mouth, then you'll get a better clue. Oh my God, what happened? This eclipse energy, it's going to do me in. All we know is that its brightness bobbed. Much further up and down. Oh man, bobbing up and down than a typical asteroid. To explain these large oscillations in brightness, we think that it must be very stretched out. And then it must have had a couple big ones, really big ones. Hey, those kind of look like boobs, right? Just like a perpetual wave of boobs. It might look like a cigar. Yeah, I'm take a time machine and go back and tell yourself you may not want to watch this video. Oh, I like this. It looks like a steak. It looks like a freaking steak. Hey, dude, you want your hamburger patty with a meteorite crater in it? Who doesn't? I really want to say it looks like the Millennium Falcon, but the whole alien spacecraft media ruined that kind of analogy. Yeah, it looks like a giant hamburger patty. Why is it so stretched out? Don't insert a joke here, you'll get in trouble. We aren't sure, but there are a few promising ideas. Maybe Oumuamua is a fragment of a larger object that was torn to shreds before it was ejected from the home planetary system, and the process stretched it out. Oh God, you're trying to get me in trouble, aren't you? Maybe high-speed collisions with interstellar dust during its voyage between the stars changed the shape from a potato into a shard. Phew, I made it. Maybe slow collisions in the outer reaches of its home planetary system produced its strange shape. Or maybe another process we haven't thought of yet is responsible. I love it when science get really skeptical about anything that doesn't fit in the official narrative that they're paid to sell us. It's an unsolved problem, kind of like most of the problems in modern society. Who can worry about problems when there's cash to be made? I guess me, and I worry about it usually the first or the third or fourth every month. And then I go back to worrying about all the real problems we got to solve. Okay, but the idea that we need aliens to solve is to buy our bonds and our treasuries, because we run our nation by selling our debt to everybody who will buy it, right? And that's Republican or Democrat. That's how it works, bro. But the idea that we need aliens to solve it is like saying we should wait for aliens to cook us dinner or cook us for dinner. All right, that's it. It is aliens, and they're coming to cook us. They're going to freeze the atmosphere, collect us like giant popsicles, and then they're going to suck us till we die. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Come on, people. We can do this ourselves. We can do this ourselves. All you got to do is remove a rib. Oumuamua is too shiny to be an object similar to asteroids or comets. The only measurement of Oumuamua's reflectance used NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope a month or so after Oumuamua was discovered. Unfortunately, the observations were unable to detect Oumuamua because it was too faint. The study concluded that Oumuamua's reflectance could be anywhere from 1 to 50%. Whoa, that's a pretty big range. With the most likely value of about 10%. And you should always tip 20%. Most solar system objects are dark. Unless you're in another solar system, then tip 25% because you want to give Earth a good reputation. Cometary nuclei, chunks of rocks and ice that give off water vapor to produce spectacularly cometary comas and tails, only reflect 2 to 7% of light. Water-rich asteroids are a little less dark. I wish we were all a little less dark inside the heart because there's too much negativity nowadays. But still only reflect 5 to 20% of sunlight. If Oumuamua really reflected 50% of the light that hit it, that would be really weird. And we couldn't handle really weird shit here in 2019. But cometary nuclei and water-rich asteroids each fit nicely within the most likely range. No need for a shiny alien spacecraft. Its non-gravitational acceleration, the observed changes in Oumuamua's orbital speed not due to the sun's gravity, cannot be explained without it being an alien spaceship. See, it changed its acceleration and its direction, I believe. Is the most controversial point, and it's a little technical, of course, but is it a straight answer? Within a week of Oumuamua's discovery, it became too faint to be detected by any means but the most powerful telescopes, which we don't really have because, as I was mentioning before, I think the Hubble Space Telescope went up in 1995, and all the space agencies in the world have not put up a new telescope in almost 25 years. Like, why would you do that? Like, if you're a gunfighter, that's your gun, right? Like, so the whole, we're like on 1995 telescopes, bro. Like, literally, what if we were on your 1995 phone? What if you're on your 1995 girlfriend? What if you're on your 1995 wife? What if you're on your 1995 petroleum engine? That's the 1888 petroleum engine. Yeah, science really isn't as great as it says it is. Oh, I try not to be a dick. Don't be a dick. Okay, thanks, Phil Plate. Oh, here we go. The Hubble Space Telescope was able to track its position. Yeah, so our 1995 telescope, and as Planetary Defense Commander, how garbagey is it that, like, I mean, you got cameras around Walmart. You got 50 cameras around Walmart. We don't have a single GoPro on the moon. Why don't we put a GoPro on the moon so we can watch 24/7? Everything's weird, man. Within a week of Oumuamua's discovery, it became too faint to be detected by any but the... Okay, I read all this shit. Okay, but it was able to track its with a few precise measurements over more than 2 months until January. Why can't we get one of these 60 frames a second telescopes? Can you make those? The data showed that Oumuamua did not follow a purely gravitational determined trajectory. Rather, in addition to gravity, it seemed to have been gently pushed away from the sun. Sweet. The extra push is called non-gravitational acceleration. I'm going to non-gravitational... okay, great. Joke fail. I couldn't even get out of the gate. There's nothing terribly shocking in itself. When was the last time a scientist shocked you, bro? Their job is to unshock you. Shaka Khan. So it would just be Khan. Oh no. Khan's a bad guy. Or he was till he died in Star Trek. Many comets undergo non-gravitational acceleration. In comets, this happens because the comets heat up. Ice is near their surface to sublimate, to create vapor and create jets and joules. I added the joules, which push the comet. The jets also change the comet's spin. The velocity effect? I forget what it's called. Okay. So, Exactly how strong jets change comet spins depends on how many jets there are, how strong they push, and how they are positioned compared to the comet's spin axis. In the case of Oumuamua, we know about how strong any jets could have been pushing because it's measured non-gravitational acceleration. If there was just one jet, a study shows that the odds of Oumuamua should have likely been pushed too fast to spin faster and faster until it was torn apart. But it wasn't, because it's an alien spaceship built for this type of built to be durable. It wasn't torn apart, of course. How do we make sense of this? Well, there are two possibilities. Either the jet, it was a model, and a jet at the same time. It was a spacecraft. Either the jet model used in that study did not capture how Oumuamua's jets actually worked, or we need to throw the whole jets idea out the window. We could throw all these ideas out the window if you want. The alien space camp threw the jets model out the window. When all else is eliminated, they wrote, Sherlock Holmesian fashion, what remains must be the truth. The problem is that all else was not eliminated. We'll come back to that. Another theoretically possible explanation for Oumuamua's non-gravitational acceleration is pressure from the sun's radiation. Light has movement, which can push an object in space. All those cars going down the highway, but light only has very little momentum. For light to push an object, that object must collect a lot of light, but have very small mass. It must have a very, 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 very low density. One study proposed that Oumuamua could have been a loosely bound pile of dust pushed around by the sunlight. This seemed unlikely, as such an object would probably have been torn to pieces by its passage close to the sun. Another solution is that Oumuamua is the size of a soccer field, but only a few meters thick. Insert your own joke. That would make it a solar sail, which would make an alien spacecraft. Unless it was a giant planet solar sail that exploded, then it would just be tiny pieces of a planetary giant. Okay, that joke was bad too. Which uses starlight as a means of propulsion. Considering an artificial origin, one possibility is that a light sail floating in the interstellar space as debris from an advanced technological equipment. Awesome. This is the crux of the alien spacecraft camp's chain of logic. The solar sail presumably represents a spacecraft launched towards Earth by intelligent aliens. Alright, so yeah, dude. Whatever. Solar sails. This article's long. Solar sails are nothing to scoff at. That's more of a cough than a scoff. Here you go. Radiation pressure has been used as a means of attitude and altitude control. Attitude control? That says attitude. Attitude control. Wasn't that a Prince song? And a number of upcoming space missions plan to use solar sails for propulsion. Yeah, well, they plan to launch the James Webb Space Telescope, buddy. I plan to get a girlfriend eventually. I plan to break out of this damn YouTube prison cage. But it's the only place you can make videos, and I love making videos. But there are some pretty titanic problems with the idea that Oumuamua is a solar sail. Oumuamua spins every 7 to 8 hours in a non-repeating way. But why would Oumuamua be spinning at all as if it were a solar sail? Because that's not how solar sails work. Dude, you don't know how alien solar sails work, man. They need to keep their light collectors pointed towards the star. If Oumuamua were a functional solar sail, we would not have seen it spinning. Why don't you learn from the aliens, bro? Oumuamua also entered the solar system at a modest galactic speed. And if aliens really wanted to say hello, they would have been going faster. Why did they send it so slow? They would have sent fast radio bursts, which will probably be my next video. Because, yeah, the aliens have been sending fast radio bursts. Any aliens that actually want to send out interstellar probes up your butt, Jobu, could be assumed to send them a little bit faster. A little bit faster. Okay. The Breakthrough Starshot Solar Sail project aims at reaching 20% of light speed. Yeah, and I aim to kiss 3 different women this summer. So far, I'm at 0. The simplest way to explain away these problems is if Oumuamua is broken down solar sail that was used as an alien probe. Okay, great. You've convinced me more than ever there was a spaceship. Good job, man. Sort of like the giant cylinder in Rendezvous with Rama. or the table in My Dinner with Andre, but designed by aliens that didn't think ahead and couldn't build too well. You know, like modern science. I mean, the Voyager guys were badasses, though. Plus, statistically speaking, each star would need to toss out more than 1 quadrillion, that's more than 1 million billion, of these alien probes for us to find one. Oh, okay. If it's an alien spacecraft, it's the Brexit of alien spacecraft. Alan Fitzsimmons. Brexit equals massive screw up. You mean like the James Webb Space Telescope? How about that? Yeah, it's the James Webb Space Telescope of alien spacecrafts. How's that work, buddy? You know, that hit too close to home. All right, now let's go back and take the other path. What if Oumuamau's jet simply did not follow the assumptions made in that study? How comets spin change due to outgassing is an active area of research, and it's more complicated than you might think. That's what she said. The good news is there are simple configurations to match Oumuamau's spin and outgassing. Everybody always makes Taco Bell jokes. They're too easy, though. Here is a model by Daryl Siegelman, showing how Oumuamau's spin would change if the jets... Okay, you can go to this article and click that dang thing to show how the alien spacecraft would have twirled. If you so desire, my love. Following this idea, Oumuamau would have lost about 10% of its total mass as it passed by the sun, because it would have melted. Its spin would have evolved in a way that matches what we observed without aliens. Is that the model right one? We don't know that. It's being studied right now, but it clearly shows that comet-like outgassing can explain Oumuamau's non-gravitational acceleration and spin at the same time. That wraps up this point. There is no need to invoke aliens to explain the alien spacecraft. You got it, buddy? Or its observed acceleration. If it's not an alien spacecraft, then what is Oumuamau? Since its discovery, there have been a lot of ideas thrown out about where Oumuamau came from and what it really is. There's no universally accepted answer, but signs point towards Oumuamau being similar to solar system comets. This reminds me of, like, we've seen diabetes rates since the 80s go up like 20,000%. We've seen autism rates go up 20,000%. But the only thing, all the people in the media and all the scientists, they never talk about what might be the cause of those things. They just talk about anti-vaxxing. That's weird, right? Reminds me of this for some reason. There's no universally accepted answer, but science supports Oumuamau being similar to solar system comets. Nope. I'm not buying it. And I'm a commentary comedian. Comet-like objects are tossed out of their home planetary systems all the time. Really? When was the last time you saw us throw out a comet of our planetary system? It's usually Neptune to Jupiter mass giant planets that are doing the ejecting. Okay, so Jupiter and Neptune and Saturn are so big a mass they can eject comets. Could they change the solar system and our atmosphere if they're all on the same side? But passing stars can liberate comets also. Mission accomplished. If Oumuamau is comet-like, or perhaps a cometary fragment, the number of interstellar objects works out. Its appearance and non-gravitational acceleration makes sense. But some questions remain. If Oumuamau underwent outgassing, why didn't we see it? When was the last time you saw somebody outgas, bro? Seriously. You don't see outgassing. It's not who saw it dealt it, it's who smelt it. Most comets give off dust along with gas. Dusty farts would be gross. Telescopes should have detected small dust grains, but they didn't. And do you know most dust on Earth is human skin? What if most space dust is alien skin? Maybe he'll write an article with 25 bullet points telling us why space dust isn't alien skin. Maybe Oumuamau simply didn't give off any observable dust as often as the case of Comet 2P Encke. I love double dust features. Or perhaps its dust was somewhat larger in size as for some unknown or known long-period comets. And why does Oumuamau have such a weird name? Because you named it, jackass. Oh, weird shape. Didn't mean to call you a jackass. It is far more stretched out than most asteroids and comets in our solar system. There are some ideas to explain its shape, but none that is mic drop compelling. First of all, dropping a mic is a bad idea. A microphone is your friend. It creates a horrible noise, and you could break the microphone. You know? Man, don't you scientists know anything? It is possible that some of Umamau's weirdness are similarly due to its small size. Same thing with... I won't make that joke. We don't actually know the shapes or properties of very many Umamau-sized objects, even in our solar system. Yeah, because we don't have a lot of telescopes and cameras out there for some dumb reason. Small objects are so faint that they are simply hard to observe, or at least we don't have those telescopes that we know about. Conclusion, signs point to Umamau being a natural object from an alien solar system. Maybe something similar to a comet spacecraft. But no aliens, asterisk, unless they are pretty dumb. Unless you are pretty dumb. Unless we are pretty dumb. Let's all be dumb together, shall we? Yay, 2019 is a blast. When will we find the next Umamau? Will it be as weird as Umamau? Are there many different flavors of interstellar objects? See, he just wants to put it in his mouth. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And we will try to intercept it. And a final philosophical innuendo note. We'll never prove it wasn't aliens. I'm going to use that sentence. We will never prove it wasn't aliens. Umamau is beyond the orbit of Saturn, and there's no hope of getting new data. Unless it turns around and lands on our planet and hands us new data, bro. There is no way to demonstrate conclusively that it was a natural, not alien artifact. Unless Indiana Jones comes back from the fictional grave and then gets in one of those crystal ships, flies out there, grabs it, and comes back. Where do we go from here? Probably in the next video during my fundraiser. We have to stay tuned and true to the data. The simplest explanation based on what we might know right now is that it is a comet-like object that changes its speed. It's shaped like a spacecraft. And it's really weird. And it's interstellar. There's plenty of debate to be had. For example, maybe it's more asteroid-like. Maybe it came from a binary star system. Boom, chicka, boom, wow. Maybe, but no evidence for aliens. Or dark matter. Astro Katie, please don't get mad. The most useful approach is to keep an open mind. Oh yeah, scientists are great at that. Who keeps an open mind more? Scientists or people into politics? If some new argument convincing disproves the comet-like hypothesis, then we should move on. And if it's aliens, we should move on. And if somehow new evidence to support the alien spacecraft claim comes to light, we should immediately dismiss it in articles with 25 bullet points. Unless it's zooming through the kitchen, disturbing our morning coffee, and having sex with your wife. That would be double conflicted. Okay, so A, I love you. B, I apologize for this video. C, I bet it did have some funny jokes in it. D, there's a good chance I made you laugh. And there's 60 hours left. Man, I hope you guys saved me because we got hurricane season coming up, and I love making videos. And in June, hackers would come after me, and it would just be nice to have a couple months where I could just make videos and work all the time without having to reset all my computers and tear at all this guts, and I don't know. Anyway, so I love you guys. You guys have saved me every single month. I probably won't start panicking until Wednesday. But if you want to send a snail mail, they won't evict me from my apartment until next Monday. So I technically have a week for your snail mail to get here. T. Lewison, 5430 Birdwood Road. Hashtag 416 Houston, Texas 77096. Every single time I get a letter in the mail, it puts a smile on my face no matter what. Can you put a smile on my face, please? Pretty please? Thank you. Or you can make a donation at www.paypal.me Thornews. I do what I can to be funny and optimistic, but realistically, and bring you the truth as I see it. So I've done that again. I've done my job. And Google can be a total jerk who steals from everybody and only allows their own narrative to go forward. Maybe they're aliens. Okay, so I will talk to you guys in the near future. Man, this episode seemed long. Hope we got a lot of good science out of the way. Is it aliens? Is it not aliens? You make the call. You decide. That's what kind of science is modern day. It's like politics. You can just make up your own facts and truth all you want. All right. God bless everyone. Stay cool. May the force be with you always. And let us live long and prosper together. Aliens.